So someone left a very angry comment in my YouTube video. It's related to new jeans. The guy, well, the picture is a guy. I don't know if it's a real guy, but the picture is a guy, and he was like, so went on a rant, um, and one of the ways that he insulted me was to call my blinds a cheap $10 blinds from Costco. I know, sorry, Home Depot. Cheap $10 blinds from Home Depot. I wanted to respond and say, "Excuse me, it's $5.99." It is not $10. It's $5.99. It actually came with the apartment, so I don't know how much it is. I clean it to make sure that I don't have to buy another one, but I don't know how much it is. But to keep my room darker, I have like paper there. There's nothing on the other side. It's just a fence. So I have paper here behind it just to make sure that my room is really dark when I sleep. And this is like $2.99. And then $2.99, there's like five of it. And then this one came with the apartment. So I don't know how much it is. Probably $5.99, right? Isn't that how much a blind usually is? But it was just funny. Like, oh, so this is your way of insulting me by calling my blinds $10.99, cheap $10.99 blinds from Home Depot. Excuse me, it's $5.99. So, Fire Butterfly, hey, just popping in to say goodnight. Good night. Chris Dell, imagine insulting your furniture because his arguments are so shit. It was funny. It was really funny. I was like, this cheap $10.99 blinds from Home Depot. I'm like, that's the best you've got? Okay. Wait until you hear how much I buy my clothes. I want to give you further ammunition, so I won't tell you that I have clothes that are 10 years old. It was so funny. People, if you're going to insult people, if you're going to try and insult people, don't do that. Don't insult their physical appearance or whatever. Not because of whatever, but it says something about you more than the person that you're trying to insult. Like, that's the best you've got? You're going to insult my blinds? Of all things, he could have said, like, I was like, really, by now, I'm expecting that some people are going to say, like, you've worn that jacket like 500 times in your videos. I would probably say, yeah. Because I don't buy a lot of clothes. I told you a lot of my clothes are actually 10 years old. Like, I've had them for 10 years. I still have clothes that came from the Philippines. When I moved here, I migrated here, I've had those clothes and I still have them. 10 years old. And I thought, like, you could have said that. You chose the blinds. Okay. Funny response to that guy's comment. But I also came across a YouTuber who was giving you glowing reference for your presentation of legal assessment of NJ cases. Oh, thank you. But I'm not a lawyer, though. I'm sure it's like, it's always good. I don't mind, like, if there's somebody who's like a legal expert or a lawyer who'll comment and say, hey, you got this wrong or whatever. I absolutely love that because we're all learning. Imagine getting free advice and free knowledge from an actual lawyer or somebody who actually knows something, right? Like, from an expert. You pay for those things, and then I get it for free just because somebody wants to comment. So I like those comments if I get corrected or whatever. So keep them coming. I don't mind. How immature and sad. It was just so funny. Like, of all things you could have insulted, why my lovable blinds? The blinds I don't care for. Well, I actually care for it. I do clean it regularly, by the way. I'll be 77 and I sport a jean jacket. Lol, I don't look 77 anyways. I'm sure you don't look 77. The guy sounds like a 12-year-old. I don't know how old he is. I don't even know if that's like him actually on the picture, but his profile picture is a guy. So that is pathetic and childish. It was funny. Like, the comments that I get are sometimes, my God, they make my day. I was like, what's wrong with a Home Depot? With Home Depot blinds? They're good quality. A lot of my stuff, like a lot of the things that I buy, just come from Amazon. Like the desk that I have is just got it's. I think it's $99 or whatever. I'm not. If you see me, don't expect that it's like I'm wearing something expensive. The most expensive stuff that I have is BT20, like BTS merch. Other than that, I do spend on shoes because that's important. I mean, I move all day long at work, so I need something comfortable. But when I say expensive, it's not like 1 grand, right? Like I think my most expensive purchase for sneakers or running shoes is about 175 maybe, Nike free. But usually I just wait for a certain, like the um after season, is that what they call it, post season, after whatever that is called, when out of season, there we go. I wait for the out of season sale, and then I'll buy them because like running shoes is running shoes regardless. So I don't care if it's like a spring or whatever, for as long as it's comfortable and whatever. Yeah. BTS merchandise costs more than the blinds. They definitely do. They definitely do. I think I bought this for 19.99 plus shipping. So okay, Nikes are great shoes. I still have my one pair from my first concert. They are great shoes. So there are two that I like, Nike and Adidas. Um, I like Nike Free. And then for running, Pegasus, Nike Pegasus for running. And then and Adidas is also good, but I don't like, there's only certain styles that I, this is not sponsored by the way. This is not sponsored. KAG Jazzy J, I'm 60. I'm 60, don't look it. We still have it. Can hang with the young ones, lol. Definitely, definitely. You know, I really love hanging out with like people who are already retired, who's lived their lives, because quite honestly, they're more fun to be with because they're carefree, because like they're done with their obligations in life, so they're just having fun, right? They're done with family matters. Kids are out of their houses, they're living their own lives. So it feels like they're just living their lives for themselves, so they're so fun to be with because they don't have any worries anymore, and then they don't care about anything. Like we don't give an f about what other people are saying. We're just going to do what likes them, what we like to do. So I always have fun hanging out with retirees, and you know, I also have boots like JK, the ankle ones with big soles. Young ones be looking at me. That is me living my life, and that is how it should be. Honestly, that's how it should be. Okay, someone was asking a question which is not connected. It was about Le Seraphim. Was it about Le Seraphim? But I was in the middle of like BTS theories, so I couldn't really. Can you, whoever you are, can you ask the question again? I saw it. I couldn't stop what I was doing. I'm trying to look for it. Okay, so can you just ask it again? It was about like, oh, this is out of topic. That was a question. Can we see your collection of what? Of BTS merch? Okay, I will set it up here, but I will cover my $10 blinds in the other setup that I have. Okay, so the reason I changed my setup is when my mom joined me. So this room that I'm using right now is my bedroom now, but it used to just be my office. So this apartment is like Korean style. It has 2 bedrooms. We don't really have like a living room. It's just a kitchen and a dining area outside. So she has, of course, she took the master's bedroom, which I used to have when I was living alone. Now that she joined me, so I had to move to a smaller room. But it used to be, the orientation is a little different before. I had some stuff behind me, and many of my BTS merch were actually behind me. So so now I'm in a smaller room. I just had to make do with whatever I have. Initially, I was going to post. So as you know, I'm writing a novel. I'm getting there. So I did this because I wanted to like post the characters and give you updates on the novel. But this one is not working, so I bought another one. um so I'll fix that. But the orientation, what why was I saying that? So the orientation used to be very different because I had stuff behind me where my collections were. But once, so my plan is to sort of move someday, I guess. There's just something that I need to finish while I'm here before I actually think about moving. But the intention is to move so I can just have like a bigger space where I can shoot and, have a better like setup. But this apartment is really, really small. I'm not like, if you're I don't think I will ever get to a point where I have like this huge office or this huge studio, because that's just not my personality. I'm not I'm not a big spender on myself. I think like if something will do, then I will just settle with that. I'm okay with that if it will do the job. Now, if I reformat the show and the show requires something like a bigger setup, then I'll spend. But if I can make do with something, I just do that. So to that guy who was trying to insult me with this, that material thing is the last thing that will get to me. Quite honestly. Um, you've got it wrong. Like, try something else, try another strategy, but insulting me with my clothes or my blinds or the lack of setup, it's not the way. Try something else, but that's not how I roll. Like, I would rather, if I have extra, this, like, for especially for my Patreon subscribers, I would rather help dogs. We're donating to a child to put the child through school and stuff. That I would rather spend on that, and of course I spend on my mom and my loved ones. Like, if they want something and I can afford it, I buy it. But for me especially, I don't, like, the house is, if it's livable, it's clean, I'm happy. So, wrong way of insulting me. Find another way. That's a tip. Okay.